Luke Littler, congratulations. Won last week, backed it up this week. Just sum up how you're feeling after a dramatic night here in Manchester.
I'm just glad I got over the line once again. Snuck into first by a point over Luke. But yeah, the first game against Michael weren't really the best. And then I picked it up against Nathan and Gezi.
Does this one mean more than last week because of where we are?
100%.
Is that the only reason to say?
Yeah.
I know the first one's special, but
yeah.
Can this be topped?
Not at the minute. Not until the next major. But winning in front of these fans just means a lot.
Top of the table now as well. You're top of this Premier League. That's some statement. Premier League debut, back-to-back wins, and now you are top of the pile against these established pros, almost rewriting the books here.
Obviously, Emma said it's 24 points in to get you in, but I'm not just going to go next week and change my dart or something. I'm just going to have to keep plugging away and keep picking up more points.
Are you looking at, or did you look at a points tally before the Premier League, and now do you feel that you are at the O2?
I want to say I am at the O2, but I can't at the same time. As soon as I see my name that says a little Q next to it that says qualified, then that's when I'm in.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Luke, when you saw Gezi hit that 9-darter in the semi-finals, were you expecting a lot more from him in the final?
I'd say so, but as we say, it's hard to back it up. As soon as you play well in one game, it's hard to back it up the next. And I just thought he weren't really at it. He was very pacey. He weren't at his normal throwing, but I just had to get on with my game.
And just describe the feeling of having 11,000 fans singing your walk-on song back to you.
It was unbelievable. I think Nathan's was better than my walk-on though.
There's an exclusive group of players who've won 3 in a row. What would that mean to you next week in Birmingham if you could do that?
It would mean a lot. Obviously it'd be my third weekly win, but like I said, I'll keep picking up those points.
And what have you learned from this Premier League campaign so far?
It's tough every week. It's not easy, and you just got to pick up points every week somehow.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Luke, this story just continues to roll on. 9 darters, winning on Euro Tour, Pro Tour debuts, and now you're top of the Premier League. Do you put your head on the pillow sometimes and think, what is going on here? Or do you pinch yourself at one stage and think, this is really happening? Is this not a dream?
I just try and live my life as I have done, but I just, as a 17-year-old boy, I just know that travelling on Wednesday to Manchester, Birmingham, wherever, and just every week playing these guys who've been looking up to it, I just thrive off it and just gets me pumped up for it.
And of course, this week building up to it, you've had all the spotlight on you as well with the BBC. You literally went wall to wall on the BBC on Wednesday. You've taken it in your stride, and you've not only talked the talk, you've walked the walk on one as well. So again, how do you stop yourself getting carried away? Do you actually just kind of manage to box it off somehow and just stay in your little zone?
That's all I do. I just stay in my zone. And I communicate with people sometimes. If not, I just do what I do. Just put my AirPods in and practice.
Thank you.
Luke, you beat Michael van Gerwen again tonight. The third time in a row you've beaten him. Do you see yourself as favourite now when you go into games with Michael?
We all know he's not playing to his best ability, and certainly I didn't against him. But the scrappier games are the better ones to win. Just drag yourself over the line. But every time I've beat Michael, it's been pretty comfortable. 6-2s or 6-3s. And then when he's beat me, we've had to go to a last leg. But yeah, we know he's not playing well, and I'm just glad to get the better of him while he's playing bad.
And we've seen particularly over the past 2 weeks, sometimes you've got that smooth action and sometimes you've got that stop. Do you think about that before you go on stage, what you're going to do, or is it just in the moment, whichever feels right?
It's just those 9 practice darts that we have. Just throwing a smooth throw and going in well. But if they're not going well, then I'll change it up and I'll just do what's comfortable for myself.
We saw you did a media day with the BBC. You said to us months and months ago that you're not a morning person, so you're starting to get used to these early rides.
Not really, but I just kind of needed to be up.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you.
Luke, what a chance for winning when you went on stage?
Yeah, 3-2.
You were winning. How did you find out that obviously back when you were playing?
Watching it? Yeah, so we were winning 3-2, and then someone scored, and then Cole Palmer, we conceded a penalty, and then he scored again.
That happened before the match.
Yeah.
Did that put you in a bad mood then?
Yeah, I was like, I'm winning this now.
Motivation, did it?
Yeah, it did.
It's good for you to give. I mean, a lot of fans in the stadium would have been like a bit disappointed with what happened at Chelsea, so you've given something to cheer about, haven't you?
Yeah, there was a few Manchester United fans on the walk-on when I was playing Aspinall. I was like, I'm going to go out here now, and everyone knows we've lost. But yeah, I was glad to win.
Luke, you had two YouTubers in attendance today, what you've been collabing with over the past few weeks. How obviously you're spending so much time doing other things away from the dartboard. How important are those collaborations to you to get more eyes on the sport?
It's what I do. After I play FIFA Pro Clubs, and then Morgan and Jack, they play Pro Clubs as well, so we've just all been playing, and it kind of just settles me down when I've got an off day, and I just chill with them.
You've obviously been on a few YouTuber podcasts recently as well. Me and you aren't that dissimilar in age, and obviously I grew up watching the Sidemen like you did. Was that quite a bit of a pinch me moment in your journey so far?
It was just crazy. After I met Ethan at the Worlds, but to meet JJ and Harry, it was just like a dream come true. I've been watching them for many years since they've all been playing FIFA, and that's where I started watching them from.
And obviously they'll have a completely different audience to the normal darts viewers. How important is that to getting new eyes onto the sport, you doing things such as that?
It may help the sport, it may not, but I'm just grateful for getting these opportunities to go on podcasts and visiting all these places.
Cheers, Luke.
Luke, just from me, in terms of Liverpool coming up in a few weeks, you are quite clearly a Red, a Man United fan. Are you going to be ready for the reception you might get there?
I've been waiting since we beat them in the FA Cup. And I think they'll be on Gezzy's side, but I'm just going to have to just plug away and get those points.
Will that motivate you, do you think, to get it done? Maybe silence the crowd?
Yeah, if I do win, then I will silence them, but I'll just do it until I won't do anything if I win, and if I don't win, then it'll be good luck to Gezzy.
Spot on, thank you.
Luke, you averaged 114 in Nottingham against Michael Van Gerwen. You've hit 3 9-darters already. Do you believe you're the best scorer on tour?
I'm up there with the very best, but that's what helps us the most, scoring, and you've got to find your way to the double and hit it.
And you've done some amazing things while you've played darts. You've had some amazing experiences. You've been on the Jonathan Ross show. You've been on the Happy Hour podcast. How has that support impacted you? Has it helped your game?
It has, and like I said, it's just when it's an off day, I'm getting these opportunities to meet these guys who I've been looking up to, and just have a normal chat with them, and just talk about what I do in my spare time. It just chills me out.
And you've already won a Players' Championship. You've won on the Euro Tour. Have you already exceeded your expectations for this year, or have you aspired to achieve even more than what you already have?
I just come to the Premier League every week. If there's a Pro Tour on the weekend, then we'll go straight to the Pro Tour or the Euro Tour. But now I don't want to set any expectations or win any majors. I just let me darts do the talking and see where they land.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Luke, you going to watch Mania this weekend?
No, I'm not into it anymore.
No?
That's where my walk-on come from.
Yeah, that's what I say.
You're 33 now. Might watch the main event.
Does Cody finish the story?
I hope so.